What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Bay Area Boys podcast, where we talk all things Bay Area.
With the boys.
Roland, I'm feeling real forlorn right now. We were just talking about before we went.
Dude, you keep throwing these big words at me, and one of these days, I'm going to throw some disrespect back to you.
Forlorn?
Forlorn?
Yes.
No, forewarn.
Okay. Oh, good. Very good. Close. Not quite. I'm sad.
Oh, okay. Because the Warriors?
Sad. Yeah, the Warriors lost.
Whatever.
You know, we weren't expecting anything this year anyways. They weren't going to win the ship. It just is what it is. But I think the dynasty, as we know it for the last 10 years, is over.
Good. Start the rebuild. Sometimes people take too long to rebuild.
Fully agree. They should have done it probably a year or 2 years ago. Same thing with the San Francisco Giants. Not that you care about them because you don't have a baseball team anymore.
I would also be fine with just losing and keeping the original dynasty. Like, that's cool to me, too.
You just want to go down with the ship?
Yeah.
Even if we're terrible? I don't know.
Grew up being terrible. My Raiders have always been terrible.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
Not always.
In my lifetime.
Yeah.
We went to one
true.
Super Bowl in my lifetime.
Yeah, and you lost.
Yeah.
To the Tampa Bay Bucks, yeah? Yeah.
Yep.
Well, what a fun way to start this episode off, huh? We're really coming out of the gates hot. Okay, well, kick us off, man. Let's get rolling.
I didn't know how deep you wanted to go.
That's as deep as I wanted to go.
Sports, yeah.
I've had my morning of it. I have grieved. I have processed. I have let go, and we're ready to move on.
Cool.
To the next thing. Oh, and really quick, for all of you out there on our lives and everything, we are starting to be more interactive with y'all out there. So if you have questions on things that we are talking about, please leave them in the chat. Producer Johnny will read them out to us, and we will answer to the best ability that we can.
Johnny Doucet is ready for it.
Johnny Doucet!
All right. We got a nice little interesting stat that we're going to kick off with.
Okay.
Not that surprising to me. In fact, I would have thought worse, but 1 in 4 millennials still live with their parents here in the Bay Area. So in the Bay Area, the cost of housing is so high that it is significantly impacting where millennials and Gen Zers choose to live. 1 in 4 millennials and 3/4 of Gen Zers in the Bay Area still live with their parents, which is a much higher rate compared to the national average. The Gen Zers, 3/4, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
But the 1 in 4 millennials, I honestly would assume more of a 2 out of 4.
I would have thought so too. And speaking from experience, I lived with my parents for a couple years as well. I bought my house early last year. And the only way I was able to do that is by living at home for just a couple years, saving up some money so I had a down payment and could make it happen. If I didn't have that ability to do that, I probably would have been able to buy a home, but it would have been a lot longer route than when I actually purchased it. So yeah, I'm a statistic. I was one of those 4 millennials who lived at home for a short amount of time.
I mean, I also think that obviously it's very cultural too for how long people live with their parents as well. And I think, personally, I always encourage it as long as the living situation is healthy. There can obviously be people who have super unhealthy living situations, living with their parents and things like that. But I just think it's something that is frowned upon that we should probably change within our area.
I totally agree with that. And you are really, you kind of hit it on the nose there. It's the cultural aspect of it. Because we are in the Bay Area, we are in a melting pot of a lot of cultures that really look highly upon staying multi-generational family living. We have a big Filipino community, a big Hispanic community, and those cultures like to stay together as a family unit longer and more. That's just how they are. And with the Caucasian community, that is the opposite. You always hear the parents, as soon as you turn 18, I'm kicking you out there. So it's a big, sorry, Roland, juxtaposition between the two cultures. And I agree that it's something that should not be looked so down upon if that is a situation that you're in.
So just so you guys know, Matt's favorite thing to do is open up a dictionary every single day and learn a new word. And then he likes to just throw them in as time goes on. So let's go on to the next topic. Bay Area. So same topic, but Bay Area is experiencing a severe housing shortage, which we obviously all know, exacerbated by decades of slow building rates, which we talked about this last 2 weeks ago. Unlocking inventory. That's the key.
Yep.
This shortage has led to skyrocketing rents and home prices, making it difficult for young adults to afford their own homes. The median 1-bedroom apartment rent exceeds $2,000 per month. This depends on county, though.
Sure.
And typical home prices are above $1 billion. same thing.
Yeah.
Relies on county.
Yeah, I mean, in Benicia, 1-bedroom apartments are going for about $1,800, but that's still so expensive. When I had I had a studio apartment in Benicia when I first moved out when I was 18-ish years old, and it was $800, $900 maybe. I think they raised it after a couple of years.
Yeah,
like
that was like 20 years ago, right?
Yeah, pretty much. The point is, actually, it is. Yeah,
it's like a total just guess.
Yeah, dude. Well, you got it. But the point is it is more than doubled in that time.
Yeah. And
the minimum wage has not doubled in that amount of time. And so,
could you imagine if we were at a $40 minimum wage?
Yeah, what like nurses make right now?
Yeah,
yeah, it'd be crazy.
Entry level. That's about entry level nurses, right?
Yes, roughly 40 to 50, depending on where you work. Different hospitals offer different things, but the point is that's a like you've gone to college, you've gotten a degree type of an entry job where the prices are right, the costs for things are, but where we are stuck is that has inflated so much more, especially in the Bay Area, than your wages have across the board.
Yeah.
So it's getting tight out here.
Johnny, you had some smiles over there. What do we got?
The Gonzalez has said, but is Matt a millennial?
I am.
Who's the Gonzalez?
That's Guillermo.
Oh.
Yo, G. Yes, I am a millennial. Thank you.
It's funny because I think I was talking about this with Johnny earlier. Johnny's on the cusp. I think you guys are both cuspers.
Yeah, we are on either side of it. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Funny. What else you
got? Cameron, the realtor, said, I love a good juxtaposition.
Thank you. Guarantee he knows what it is. He's an intelligent
Cameron,
guy.
is that woman or man, Cameron?
Woman.
Cameron realtor. What's up, Cameron? You guys want to, have fun with your large words and stuff like that. You guys have fun
Is
with
it
that.
so? Is there a problem that I have a good I don't want to say let's go vocabulary?
It's not so much that. I just think that.
Do you think I use it unnecessarily?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you really think so?
I think Christy would 100% agree. 100% agree.
Okay.
As long with a lot of other people that just won't say it to your face.
Have people said it behind my back?
No, I don't know.
Okay, well.
All right, before we go rolling into the next topics, what do we got? Anything?
The other one, Matt's had a lot. That was like conversations happening in the chat now, it seems like. But Matt Barba said, what are your favorite market cities based on affordability and future growth?
We just put a reel about this out today. If you want to touch on that, Roland, since you were the only person in it.
I appreciate you bringing that one up, Matt. Of course, Sacramento, like you said, that's a reel we put out earlier today. I love Vallejo from an affordability standpoint. I cannot speak to it from a future growth standpoint because a lot of people have been wanting future growth in Vallejo for a very long time.
Yep.
I think everything that's happening for potentially with California Forever, I think you can talk about all the Solano County cities from... what are you doing in that live there?
I was
super distracting. Fairfield, Sassoon City, Vacaville, I think are all, really good cities for potential growth too.
I agree. There's going to be a lot of Solano County cities that's really where we're seeing the growth, and north and east of that too, Sacramento, that sort of area. I think that's where we're seeing the boom right now. The bang for your buck goes way farther out there, and that's where I think that ripple is going to start expanding to next.
Agreed.
Yep.
All right. So before we kind of get off of this topic, the inability of young adults to afford independent living is draining the workforce and impacting local services like schools and healthcare, which are essential for supporting an aging population. I mean, that kind of makes me think, do you think when people live with their parents longer, the motivation to kind of thrive, becomes way less?
It was the opposite for me. I knew I wanted to get in there really short term. Now, luckily, I had a really great living experience with that. I was in a bigger home. I had my space. It wasn't that big of a deal, but it made me want to try harder, right? I didn't get complacent. Sorry, is that too big?
Complacent's good, dude.
Okay, thank you.
I'm
just checking, man. Just want to make sure. I didn't get complacent with it, and I think it just depends on you personally who you are, right? If you just don't really want to achieve more than that, or if you do.
Yeah.
For me, I did want to achieve more. I was doing it so that I could catapult to the next level. It wasn't just I'm doing it to be safe and I never want to go out of my comfort zone. It was, I am making a sacrifice of living with my parents so that I can get to that next level. So that was kind of my thought process behind it.
So on the live, let us know if you guys think 1 in 4 millennials, if that's low, if that's high for millennials that are still living with their parents.
Yep.
Moving on to the next topic here. Thank you, Johnny. Dude, all right, so this is a wild one. And I know I didn't send you this before, so you're really coming in here very, very blind.
My favorite. Okay, let's do it.
But Emerald High School, which is opening in Dublin, California, has unveiled, of course, Emerald High School, the first new high school in Alameda County in 50 years with a construction cost of nearly $400 million.
Whoa.
This place is like, obviously they can't see it now, but when we play the reel of this place is insane.
Okay.
Insane. So the school is set on 23.5 acres, boasts a sprawling library, 137-seat lecture hall, 3-story academic tower. There's a lot of words in here. And a student union with soaring ceilings. It's designed to serve up to 2,500 students. So if you didn't know, if you guys didn't know, Dublin is the fastest growing city, I think, here in the Bay Area.
Yeah.
Might be in California.
Yeah, they got a great roller rink there.
Yeah, but this place is like the Taj Mahal of schools, dude.
Taj
The Taj Mahal.
Why
did you like that one so much?
Because what a wonder to pull from, dude.
I thought that word might have been a little bit too big for you or something.
Taj Mahal.
Okay, but wait, there's more. Emerald High features modern facilities, including a performing arts center, kinesiology lab, ceramic studio, upcoming additions like a 600-seat theater, and a large swimming pool.
Damn, dude, this place sounds like incredible.
Yeah. So, this is almost like, I went to Solano Community College, and this is...
I went to DVC for half a semester.
This is wildly better than that.
This is a high school.
Okay, so going back, so I was right. Dublin, the fastest growing city in California from 2010 to 2020, has seen a population increase from 46,000 to 73,000, fueling the need for expanded educational facilities.
That's like an 80% increase. That's huge.
Yeah, due to a surge in housing developments. So, and I've heard this from some Dublin teachers. It's like it wasn't kind of way too packed there. But I'm so surprised. I mean, obviously now Dublin's going to be even more sought after with this type of school like this. But Principal Francis Rojas highlighted that the school is built to last for the next century, which, no shit, we would hope so, for $400 million. With features like apartment-like classrooms and an emphasis on sustainable long-term use, once again.
What are apartment-like classrooms?
We got like little nap beds in there or something.
Is that what it is?
I have no idea.
Apartment-like classrooms?
They had some renderings, and I feel like a lot of it's actually built out. I think from the pictures I remember seeing, it's pretty wild.
Okay.
I mean, it just makes me think of like just the inequality of stuff is so wild from city to city.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That is going to be like the shining beacon of public schools in the entire Bay Area.
Yeah.
Well, and my first thought when I hear stuff like that is what colleges do to try to recruit players to come play with them, like football players. They build out these incredible athletic stadiums and locker rooms and facilities to attract people.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of curious if that's what they're also doing, if that's a thought process behind their plans, because that makes a lot of sense to me, is if you kind of have this incredible school, like you are the place to go in the area, it would attract more people. It would attract, higher level of athletes or students, kind of that kind of a thing. I'm just curious if that's something they thought about.
No, I mean, probably. That's a really good point. I mean, the housing prices were already so crazy there. So if you add that, because I mean, we've worked with people that are in, the Danvilles or the Lafayettes and Orindas and things like that. And I've had plenty of buyers who specifically were like, hey, this is where we want to be. We want to be Acalanes, or we want to be, this school or that school, to specifically for football or for basketball or whatever the case is. So if that ends up happening here, it's even more of like, hey, we want to be in this area of Dublin because these are the schools that we get access to.
$400 million.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
Yeah.
That's so. Yeah, I had no idea about any of this, and that's. I can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
Like I can't wait to really see it built out.
Maybe we can go on a field trip.
I was gonna. Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
So yeah, I mean, nice, short and sweet on this topic, but pretty impactful.
Okay. Yeah. No, and that's something that we can keep you all up to date on as well. And that would be kind of a cool thing to like go on location and do like a tour of it. See if we can talk to someone about that.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would be really cool. Like you kind of like a shot in each thing. Like they got a whole
Bay Area
whole
Boys
facility.
on location. We'll be like real journalists.
Yeah.
The only comment that we got on any of that was Adam Sissy, I think it says, and still pay teachers below a living wage.
Yeah. There you go.
Hey man,
We're
we're all about advocating for that.
We have spoken at length about this, and they are starting initiatives to pay teachers more money. So hopefully this might go hand in hand with that type of thing.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic to kind of jumpstart the education system that we direly need here in California and the nation abroad.
I do really love that comment though, because it is true. It's like, we're going to keep you guys at this, but we did get you this very nice new, you do have an apartment-like classroom.
Thank God. That's the one thing I needed.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to the next topic. You got anything else on that before we move on?
No. I
Okay.
think it's short and sweet. We'll keep you all updated on that.
All right. So if you live in a single family home, this Bay Area company wants to give you $100,000 for the yard space that you are not using. This is Build Casa. It's leveraging California's new lot splitting law, SB 9, to help homeowners in the Bay Area split their large lots, develop the unused space, and then sell it.
Yeah, I can see where people would have problems with this one.
What would they be?
Right. So basically what they would do is, and I think I'm kind of jumping ahead in it, but just to
You're good.
give the idea to kind of break it down is the space between, the space between houses. They're basically saying in a nutshell, the space between houses, backyards, side yards, whatever, if there's enough space, they want to put a house there, right? Which is something going back to what we talked about earlier, which is unlocking inventory, which is a very important thing. But I can see people being upset with overcrowded and congested neighborhoods at that point. I can see that being an issue.
Yeah.
If they try to just like ham fist houses into any space they can.
Yeah. And we know that this is a city has to opt in to even allow something like this.
Right.
So I know they have had the most success with this in Sacramento specifically, but SB 9 was enacted in 2021, which allows homeowners to divide their property into two and potentially build two homes on each lot. This legislation aims to address California's housing crisis by increasing the supply of missing middle housing, moderate density homes within existing neighborhoods.
Yeah, and I think you mentioning cities opting in and what city opted in is kind of a foreshadowing of what I think it's going to end up being. I think the cities that are going to opt in are going to be the ones that have space, right? Sacramento, Fairfield, Vacaville. If we're talking about Central California, Modesto, Bakersfield, areas like that have more space to be able to do that with. I think the already overdeveloped areas that have no room, it's going to be tough for them to do that, right? We're talking about East Bay cities especially. I think that's going to be tough to make that happen. So I think it's going to happen on kind of the peripheral cities around us.
Agreed. Despite the potential to create up to 700,000 new homes under SB 9, that's a total stretch. Uptake has been low due to the complexity and costs associated with lot splitting. Build Casa seeks to simplify the process for homeowners. So it's like exactly what you're saying. It's not an easy process whatsoever.
Have you ever split a lot before?
No.
I haven't either.
I've heard it on average, it costs about $20,000.
Yeah. I had a client who had done it before we listed their house and it was already done, but they had told me that it was a total pain in the ass.
I bet.
So,
yeah.
I mean, they made money off of it, but they're like, I'm glad I don't have to do that anymore because it was just, it was miserable.
Probably a lot of back and forth with the city.
A lot. Yes.
So Build Casa offers two models. One where they buy the extra land from homeowners who want immediate liquidity, and another where homeowners retain ownership of the split lot and develop it themselves. This flexibility caters to different homeowner needs and preferences. So homeowners can significantly profit from selling their unused yard space, with some in the Bay Area receiving upwards of $350,000. I think that's a stretch. This offers an attractive option for homeowners, especially seniors looking for financial flexibility without taking on debt. That was interesting to me because a lot of seniors will do reverse mortgages, and I wonder if this would be more beneficial than a reverse mortgage.
Just selling off some of their plots?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't have to do anything. I just get this. I get this cash instead of
Yep.
putting myself in a potentially bad situation.
And it gives them the flexibility in order to, if they just want to just offload it for a quick buck.
Yeah.
or if they want to split it and then develop them themselves, which is obviously more of a cost, but the net of what they would get, I would assume being more if you actually develop the plot out and sell another house,
right,
for example. But do you want to deal with all of that comes with it?
Yeah.
And yes, talking about the upwards of, whenever you see the phrase like upwards of, you know that happened one time somewhere.
Or they're like, for this plot of land, we could offer them this and we'd be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about that. Yeah. That's a lot for a plot.
So building on existing lots within developed neighborhoods is sustainable, reducing the need for new infrastructure and decreasing vehicle miles traveled. The approach promotes walkable communities and affordable homeownership for middle-income families.
Yeah, they'll be walkable because they're going to be like houses all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, but does that make it more walkable? Because if there are no other amenities around, I feel like that doesn't make anything more walkable.
Yeah, I agree.
Right? Unless you have somewhere to walk to. If it's just more houses, that doesn't really solve anything.
My best guess is that this has not been the easiest startup.
Yeah. How long have they been doing this?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, if it was enacted in 2021, probably since 2021.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. So a couple years.
It's like a startup baby from a law type of thing.
Sure.
Any questions on that, Johnny?
Roland, yours, none, and then Matt's.
I'm the living dictionary.
Oh, that's my yes. What's up, sis? How you doing?
Other than that, nothing. No.
Okay.
Cool. Sick.
Can I? So, and
Go ahead.
you can stop me here if you think this is not a good topic to talk about. But last week we were in Texas for a real estate convention.
Okay, you really wanted to get into this.
Do you think I should?
Yeah.
Because I kind of do.
Yeah, please.
So we were in Texas for a real estate convention. And as we've stated multiple times, we like Texas. I've never had an issue with it. I don't mind going there. I think there are some really cool places. Unfortunately, Texas has a lot to say about California. And would you say that's mostly that there's homeless people everywhere, that there's feces on the sidewalks, that everybody is just running amok and there's total anarchy all over the place, and all we are is a failed state of just crazy people? Well, I gotta tell you, Texas, I'm talking to you now, okay? When I was walking down your streets in Houston, a major city, you know what I saw on the sidewalk at night? I saw a pretty good amount of homeless people. And you know what else I saw on your streets at night? I saw cockroaches running around everywhere. You know what else I saw on your streets? I saw people chasing after women, harassing them, and the women having to literally run across streets to try to get away with them. Now, that isn't so much a knock on Texas, right? It's more of a turning the mirror inwards. So all the stuff that you're leveling back at us, we're going to volley it right back on you, because this isn't a California problem. This isn't a person problem. This is a people problem. And I think the more we as a nation and as a people and a society try to point fingers at issues that are only happening in certain parts of our entire country, you are not looking inward and seeing that this is a problem that is all across. Are you loud because I'm like campaigning? And this
coming straight from the governor of California's mouth.
I'm starting. Don't tell anybody, but this is how I start. Like I'm coming right now, but it's not coming from the California. Right? I'm not saying we don't have those problems. Not saying that. The point is, hey, Texas, quiet down, huh? Because y'all got some stuff you got to figure out too. And that's my point. Is I don't like the hate going back and forth. I've never said anything negative about Texas other than what I've seen and what has been said back to us. But the point is, we all need to come together and fix a lot of our problems together as one so that we can all move forward as a country. So the hate and the two sides of the aisle that have become so much more inflamed over the last few years, we just need to figure things out and work together. And so I'm coming from a place of positivity. I am. Am I not?
I mean, yeah, I mean, positivity. I would say you're just coming from a place of a rebuttal.
A positive rebuttal.
Yeah.
Where I'm not saying you're bad too. I'm saying everything is bad. Let's fix it.
Right. I hear you.
Place of positivity.
I hear you.
That's all.
I saw some cockroaches. I think you were out a little bit later than me, so you probably saw some more riffraff
Well,
than
I'm
me.
a party animal, Roland. I don't know if you know this about me.
Yeah.
But I get down. Yeah. I go hard. Anyway, that's it.
Ran over.
If you want to add in, I'd love to hear your thoughts. But if not, we can move on to the next topic.
My thoughts.
Yes, your thoughts.
I don't have many of those. No. But no, I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't think that I see the best in everything. So I really, I love the barbecue there. I got to have some good barbecue.
Roland, you are one of the people that doesn't see the best in everything. Who do you think you are? Are you kidding me? Get out of here
I'd
with
love to hear
that.
Johnny weigh in on this.
Johnny, you laughed already, but please weigh in, Johnny. Is Roland a person who sees the best in everything?
Absolutely not.
Thank you. Yeah, dude. What?
No, but I think the difference is that like it's not gonna phase him because he's gonna like crack a joke and then keep walking and then go to like his hotel room or something.
Sure.
That's a good point.
No, but I agree with that. But you are not an optimistic, outwardly positive person, dude. You are not.
I like to think I am.
Of course, you like to think you are. We all like to think we're good people, but sometimes we're not, man.
And that's just exactly your point.
Yeah, there you go.
We all got some work to do.
Exactly. What a perfect microcosm. Sorry, was that too big of a word?
Damn.
What a perfect microcosm for exactly that.
Yeah.
We're like, no, I'm perfect. Like, no, man, that's okay. We're all flawed, everybody. We just have to realize that and work together to fix it. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
That's it. Self-improvement. That's all we ask from everybody across the board.
Dude, we're getting back to the point of getting a little toasty in here.
Yellow toasting?
Yeah, I could feel it, dude. I was like, oh wow, it's getting a little warm.
Yellow toasting?
Yellow toasty.
Is that what you said?
You said yellow, bro. And I was like,
It's getting a little toasty in here.
You said we're getting back to the point of yellow toasting. That's what you just said.
You had a stroke,
I'm having a
bro.
stroke right now. Dude.
Bro, we really threw you for. You're like your whole persona in your mind is fractured.
I'm like, I'm not.
You're like, I'm a good
not who
person.
I-
We're like, no, you're not, man. You're like, what?
I'm not who I say.
Yellow toast, fire hydrant, raindrop. You're like, fucking
I
just
need to do some soul searching.
broke your mind, dude.
Oh man. Okay.
Any comments about my little rant there, Johnny?
The only thing was somebody said everywhere, which I assume is this. They're saying like it's everywhere.
Yes, it's everywhere.
anywhere that's heavily like populated.
Yeah.
It's anywhere.
Yeah.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
an issue. It is a country issue we have to fix. Anyways, I'm done. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. I liked it though. I like that off topicness.
I try.
On
That's
off
what I bring to
topic.
the table.
All right, last topic. We got some very rare development. So if you live in El Cerrito, the Bart Board of Directors is progressing with plans of the El Cerrito Plaza Bart Station, aiming to start construction on a multi-unit development next year in partnership with the related California and Holiday Development. So this project is significant for El Cerrito with a current population of 26,000 in Contra Costa County. It will contribute to meeting half of the city's regional housing allocation goal of 1,391 units by 2031. I think this is probably the only city that's going to meet even that many amount of units that it needs to hit by 2031 this quick.
Yeah, and this is because there have been a couple Bart, what would you want to call them? Bart housing, Bart complexes that have been talked about. I think the one that we spoke about earlier was it Pleasant Hill Bart? Which one was it? Concord Bart?
It was Berkeley.
Berkeley Bart, thank you. But I don't think they've really moved forward with that too much. It sounds like this one, they said they're going to start next year. Now, of course, you never know because developments always had snags and delays. But if they're able to knock out half of the allocated housing in a couple of years, they're well on their way to meeting that goal.
Yep.
They're the only ones that we have seen that are actually making an effort to try to hit those numbers.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. What happens if those cities don't hit those numbers? Like, is there...
I feel like there's got to be some type of fine or something, but at the end of the day, what can you really do?
What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, we didn't do it. Like,
They
all
already
right.
hadn't done it in all these years. So
Yeah, but I love that this is actually hopefully going to start that process, and I hope it's successful, and I hope it thrives so that it can be an example of what you can make in these types of...
what you can do.
Yes, exactly, and what it can bring to a community and a city and everything. I hope it leads the way towards that.
And I mean, I don't know. All the people that I've known that live in El Cerrito are pretty damn cool. So I think they'd be pretty cool with this. I didn't know they only had 26,000 residents.
It's a small city.
I know. Well, it's a town. Technically, anything under 40,000 residents is a town. So I never really looked at it like that. But I do.
Dude, I just keep thinking, everyone I've known there, it's cool. How
pretty-
many people do you know from El Cerrito?
A lot. I know a lot, dude.
Give me a rough number.
Probably 5.
Whoa!
But I do feel like it's one of those towns that a lot of people from SF, they moved from SF to there, and it was like, you know, to just get started with their home buying journey. But I just feel like that it's a cooler demographic of people within El Cerrito.
Yeah, I mean,
Like more laid back, I guess is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I think that kind
as
of
opposed to some other cities.
I think that lends into the small town vibe of it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you see. Benicia, again, small town. We have that small town vibe. Would you say Emeryville kind of has that vibe too?
Emeryville's kind of on its own vibe.
That's what I mean.
It's on its own wave.
Right. That's my point, right?
But it also dips into Oakland, so it's like there's always like this is basically Oakland, you know.
Yeah,
so.
El Cerrito butts up to a lot of major cities though too.
It's like
It does.
I mean, it does, but it's very. You can tell when you're in El Cerrito.
Sure.
versus,
No,
yeah.
I'm not saying you're
Yeah.
wrong there. I agree that it is its own little cool small town community.
Right.
Yeah.
We good?
Yeah, I just paused the lives.
Yeah. Are we back on, or are we still?
It says we're back on. It's just catching up here.
Okay.
Cool.
So we'll get to kind of wrapping this up a little bit.
Yep.
Development will encompass 743 housing units spread across 6 structures, 47% of it designated as affordable housing. It includes provisions for 260 car parking spaces and nearly 1,200 bicycle spaces. I feel like that many people don't ride bikes. An additional 145 spaces will be available for BART riders. So construction will begin with 70 units of affordable for one complex.
Great. More
cool.
affordable housing.
Yep.
Good. That's a good thing.
Great. We love it.
Great. We love that.
They could potentially include a 20,000 square foot public library and improvements to the northernmost end of the Ohlone Greenway, which is a 4.5 mile trail that connects to the North Berkeley BART station, enhancing foot traffic connectivity. That's actually pretty dope.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
And I wonder what the improvements would be.
Probably making it more like hikeable. Like maybe it's not very hikeable right now.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah,
or maybe like just making it more of a greenway.
Or just trails.
Yeah.
in there. Yeah, for sure. I like that. That'd be great. And a new library, that's nice.
Yeah.
Does anybody go to libraries anymore?
I want to start, I feel like. I feel like I need to get back on that.
Well,
that
you might
wave.
need to, since I've said like 8 words you don't
But
understand.
I would say like, you know, it's like kind of when you know what you want to read, so you just buy it. But it'd actually be kind of cool to just spend a few hours in the library and just kind of peruse.
It's pretty nice. I took
Yeah.
my nephew there a little while ago, and I hadn't been in a library in 20 years, you know, if not longer, and it was fun.
Yeah.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I feel like a library is like kind of a thing you stop like right when you hit 18.
Yeah, well, especially because we have the internet now, it's tough.
Yeah.
But
Well, it's where we get all our information from.
and it's all factual.
Yeah.
And don't
So
even
is your
double check-
when you look up your word for the day, is it online dictionary? Is it an app or is it an actual
an app.
dictionary? Okay.
word of the day? It's
Yeah.
app that you can find on your iPhone and Android. Whichever
Do you
one
really
get.
do a word of the day?
No, dude. Because I have read books. I've
Yeah.
gone to libraries.
I guess you probably just read hella whimsical like
Fantasy books?
yeah.
Sure.
That's where all those words come from. That's what makes total sense, dude.
Yeah, J.R.L. Tolkien is the only person who has used big words in literature. Yeah. Ever heard a Shakespeare book? How about Homer? Ever heard of him?
No. Actually,
Wait, have you really not heard of Homer?
It sounds familiar. Like,
Oh my
you're talking about, like,
good
it's
lord,
you
dude.
know about Homer
Odyssey.
Simpson, right?
I'm done.
Did you really read Lord of the Rings books?
Yes, dude.
It's awesome. I'm positive, dude. I have a great outlook on everything. I read
Yeah, what did you read?
Lemony Snicket's series on
Okay. That's good. You read it as like a teen, a kid, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great like young adult book series to read.
Did you read those?
I did.
That's awesome.
Did you like the books more or the movie more?
I don't think I even saw the movies.
With Jim Carrey? Mm-mm. Oh, you should. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're really good. They're a good representation.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like you felt like did it justice?
I did. Well, Jim Carrey, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
he does everything justice.
Kind of hard to feel to
Yeah,
fail.
he was really good. That's probably a wrap on everything, yeah?
I guess so. It's getting a little yellow toasty in here.
Getting a little yellow toast in here. Any final questions, Johnny, from the chat just so we can, if not?
There was some more, but I think like mine's
lost it.
still frozen, so I don't know if it's even showing to people.
Hell yeah.
So I don't know if you would want to answer stuff. Well, no, people are actually talking about what you're talking about now. The real Jeremy Knight said, should I just list them all out and you guys can kind of
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay, he
no,
said,
he's
wrap
gonna
up.
slam
he
us.
said, why are so many people leaving for Austin? And then he said, is it really affordable? Like, I'm talking about the housing. Is it really affordable, or is it subsidized, meaning tax dollars are offset the costs? And then he said, libraries, that's great. Does anyone go to libraries anymore? And then Mark...
Hold on, let's
All right,
talk on Jeremy real quick.
Jeremy?
Jeremy, what I've heard is people are actually leaving Austin to come back to the Bay Area because they're like, you know what, we tried it here, we thought Austin was all cool and weird and shit, and now we got to go back to the Bay Area where it's actually cool.
I actually know people that went out there, started a business, and the business is doing well, but they're moving back to California.
Really?
Yeah,
What do you think of that, Mr. Knight?
What's the business?
pest control.
Huh, interesting. Yeah, we did a segment on this the last episode where we talked about people are moving back to Texas or back from Texas to California.
Specifically the Bay Area.
Too many cockroaches, I guess.
What else we got? Forgot to put the microphones on. too.
Mark Anthony Realty said, I like audiobooks, and then says, opens up book random page, and that's word of the day.
Nice.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Let me check Matt's.
What if
Yeah,
you like?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
what if you open it up and then it's just like the?
Well, that's your word.
Dang.
I'm sure.
There's nothing on Matt's, but I will say I still technically use public libraries, which you guys might find this interesting. I don't know. They did get with the times, and if you have a local library card, there's an app called Libby where you just put in like the number off your library card, and you're able to rent audiobooks and books for your Kindle just straight to your phone with a library card, all for free.
That's hella cool.
And I listen to all my audiobooks that way now.
Yeah.
Like I haven't paid for audiobook in so long.
That's so smart.
Interesting.
Good job. Good job, libraries. You're up with the times. Congratulations. Well, I think that's probably going to wrap up this episode of Barry
Very
Boys.
efficient.
Thank you. It was very efficient, but we still had our little tangents in there, here and there. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys, as always, tuning into us on the lives. If you have any questions or comments about what we talked about here on the episode, please leave a comment down below or reach out to us. All of our link stuff will be below. And I really enjoyed this episode.
How come?
I don't know. I just thought it was really fun, and I thought we kind of got to our topics. We got in and out. It was smooth. It was efficient. We were very tactful about it.
Yeah.
And I like that. And you ran a good show today.
You as well.
Roland, I appreciate you, bud.
Yeah.
And again, if you have any more questions about the Bay Area at all, reach out to us. Let us know if you're thinking about buying or selling a home in the Bay Area. Roland or I, either one of us, have got you
You could
covered.
even get us both.
You
if
could get us
wanted.
both. Honestly, a team up.
Yeah.
Oh
Could
my
you imagine
God.
if we both showed a house together?
Oh, we would just crush.
We would just keep trying to one up.
It'd be fantastic, though. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, you guys. We'll see you on the next episode. Until then, take care of each other. We love y'all. See you later.
California forever.